What's up, guys? Today I'm going to be reviewing the Poweradd Folding Solar Panel. It's 7 watts, it's for USB devices, and going to give my thoughts on it. Enjoy. So, after reading up on the product and despite reading some conflicting reviews, I decided to take the chance and order the fold-up solar panels. As you can see, this is me unboxing it. The only notable thing inside the box was the product itself, and I should say now that taking off the plastic sheeting on the tops of the panels is crucial to getting them working effectively. However, they do not make it easy for you, and this is the kind of thing where having maybe a butter knife or a barbecue fork, a toothpick, something to just kind of get under the plastic and gently rub it to the point where you can peel off the sheeting. Something like that, you need to have something to get it out, because using your fingernails probably won't do it. It's very hard to get off, but it kind of almost makes it seem like you shouldn't be doing it, like it's supposed to be there. It's not. You're supposed to take that sheeting off. So anyway, what does it charge? Well, pretty much exactly what it says. Any USB-powered device. And from my experience with it, it does a respectable job of doing so for the most part. The only exception here, though, and if you read up on the reviews, you'll see that this is common, or you probably saw that this was common, is trying to charge some Apple devices, especially the iPhone 5. I'm not sure why this is, but do not fear. There is a workaround. All you need to do is buy one of those phone batteries that plug in via USB, charge it with the panels, and then charge the phone with the battery. Now, I know this isn't the perfect solution. It costs $10 to $15 to buy this battery, and it may go over your budget, and I'll be sure to consider that when I make my final verdict. Now, another common complaint that I've seen when I was looking at reviews of this product was that the product would come beat up or scratched, as if it had been, heavily used or even lightly used. For me, the box came pretty beat up on the side, as you can see here, but when I opened up the product, it really wasn't all that bad. I took off the protective sheeting or whatever, that plastic stuff that... Alright, I'll be fair there, it was kind of mangled. But when I took off the sheeting, there were only a couple of scratches. Still, though, that should be considered. I don't think a company that's professing itself as a professional company should be shipping products that are, beat up. It's not really fair to the consumer. I didn't pay $20 to have my product be all scratched up. It's only mild scratching, but other people have had worse problems, almost as if they were being sold used. And then they just slap another protective plastic sheeting over it and they call it new. I'm not going to delve into it. I don't really know if that's true, but I think it's something that should be considered. And at Poweradd, I think that you should be putting a little bit of protective over the Kevlar itself to ensure that whatever's inside the box won't get beat up. So I think that maybe, a little bit of bubble wrap would do you some good there. Overall, not that big of a deal, but it's something that should be said, and I think it should be considered as well. However, I am being devil's advocate here, and I do have to show the other side of things. I have heard that the customer support from Poweradd is pretty good, or Power ADD, whatever it's called. I've heard it's pretty good, so if you have any problems that are really severe, I'm pretty sure they'll help you out. They are professional, and even when I unboxed the solar panels, I saw a little note on it, and it said, give us your feedback. They do want to hear feedback from their consumers, or from their customers. And I do think that if you have a really severe problem, that they will ship you a new one. I don't think it'll be a concern. So how is the Poweradd in terms of charging? Like, how quickly does it charge? Well, it professes that it'll charge at 1 amp. So for those of you who don't know how this works, how many amps it charges is basically a measure of how fast it'll charge. It's a little more complicated than that, but basically the standard measure of charging, the way that most mobile devices will charge, is about 1 amp. So an iPhone like this will charge usually at about 1 amp. That's what the charger is set to. It'll charge the phone at about 1 amp, like the brick. However, even though this professes 1 amp, that doesn't necessarily mean that it'll actually yield that. In real time, you'll probably be lucky if you get like half an amp. That's about what I would get. Because it varies based on your latitude, time of day, season, how you tilt the panels, and whether or not it's cloudy out. If it's an overcast day, forget about it. You'll get like 0.1 amp. It's not even worth it. So they probably yielded this, or they probably said it was 1 amp because they did it under perfect conditions, where they probably brought one of these to like the equator at noon, 90-degree day, like 90 degrees in the air, so it'd be perfectly overhead. They tilted it perfectly flat, so it would be perfect angle of the sun. There's probably no clouds in the sky, that kind of thing, and they yielded an amp. Realistically, though, especially depending on your latitude, you're not going to get that. So I'd say whether or not I recommend this product is based on where you live and how often it rains, and what exactly you're going to be doing. If you're hiking, alright, and it's fairly sunny, you'll be fine. It'll charge it. but it'll probably charge it at a third or a quarter of the speed that it would normally charge your phone. So I would recommend not using the phone or the device, or even turning it off entirely while you charge it, to get it to charge. Still, though, you have to consider that's better than nothing. Your power is out or you don't have any electricity whatsoever. It's something good to have, and it's sure as hell a lot better than using one of these for 20 minutes to make a phone call. So, overall, do I recommend it? I would say it somewhat depends on your latitude. You may want to do some reading up, but I'd say for most places, as long as you can get some sun, you'll be fine. Just tilt it towards the sun, and I think you'll be just fine. So should you buy the Poweradd Folding Solar Panels? In my opinion, yes. While the product does have its shortcomings that I previously mentioned, such as not being packaged safely enough, not easily charging Apple devices, and being advertised as more powerful than it is in real-time use, the shortcomings are easily outweighed by all of its positive aspects. It's portable, versatile, durable, being dust and waterproof, and at the end of the day, it just gets the job done at a price that I would consider to be a steal. All in all, I give the Poweradd panels somewhere between an 8 and an 8.5 out of 10. If you like this review, be sure to subscribe to the channel for more and check out some of my other content. It would really mean a lot. Anyways, guys, I'll see you guys next time.